Welcome to your favorite live show. Today we have a new section called In Touch with the Science. For the premiere of this section we have lactic acid, which is commonly used in the food and cosmetic industry. First, we need to know some history about this compound. So now, Samina is going to talk us about some history about this lactic acid.
It's a chemical compound that plays important roles in variety of processed biochemical, can be obtained at an industrial level with biotechnology based on the fermentation of substrate rich in carbohydrates by bacteria or fungus. Into the organisms, the lactic acid improves the appearance of the skin as an anti-aging cream and reduces the damage produced by the sun. It was refined for the first time by the Swedish scientist Carl Wilhelm Square in 1780 from the sour milk, but it wasn't until 1847 that Blondieu recognized like a product of fermentation. In 1808, John Jacob Berzelius discovered that mussels realize lactic acid when performing intense physical effort. Its structure was developed by Johannes Wislech in 1873. Finally, in 1881, Little Lone began to use the fermentation on an industrial scale. Now it's mainly used on food and cosmetic.
Oh, so interesting. But what are the properties of this compound? Daniela has the answer.
The acid lactic is an organic acid. It has a molecular formula CH3CHOHCO2H. It is white in solid state, and it is miscible with water. It is used as a synthetic intermediate in many organic synthesis industries and in various biochemical industries. Its properties are molar mass 90.078 gmol, melting point 291 Kelvin, boiling point 385 Kelvin, acidity 3.86 pK. Lactic acid is chiral, consisting of two enantiomers. One is known as L plus lactic acid or S lactic acid, and other is a mirror image, is D lactic acid or R lactic acid. A mixture of two in equal amounts is called DL lactic acid or racemic lactic acid. Lactic acid produced by fermentation of milk is often racemic. In industry, lactic acid fermentation is performed by a lactic acid bacteria, which can burn simple carbohydrates such as glucose, sucrose, galactose, or to lactic acid.
Oh, so useful. But now, like you, I'm worried about the environment. So now, Alinina is going to talk us about the environmental impact.
Environmental impact. Despite all these advanced more lactic acid produced industries still employ precipitation processes for the purification of lactic acid, which generate a ton of every ton of lactic acid produces that is discarded into the environment as waste.
Did you know? Lactic acid and its derivatives have been used in the food industry as an acidulant or preservative, while also in the chemical industries are used as pH controlling agent. Also in the textile industry it helps to dye. Finally, we have the mechanism of the reaction of the lactic acid. This mechanism is confirmed by four simple phases. The first process for chemical synthesis is based on lactonitrile. Hydrogen cyanide is added to acetaldehyde in the presence of a base to produce lactonitrile. This reaction occurs in the liquid phase at high atmospheric pressures. The crude lactoerythritol is recovered and purified by distillation. It is then hydrolyzed to lactic acid in the presence of concentrated hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid to produce the corresponding ammonia, salt, and lactic acid.
Well, Alenina is going to drop us the conclusions of this topic.
Conclusions. Although the industrial production of lactic acid began more than 100 years ago, the research is still very active. This is basic due to factors, the new applications that have been found to the acid due to possibilities of offers polymers and produced biodegradable plastic and the cost reached its height for large-scale application. The research proposed to reduce production costs through the use of cheaper substrates, such as agro-industrial wastes, through the use of the more efficient microorganisms, and through the configuration of integrated purification processes.
Hope you like our new section called In Touch with the Science, and as a sum up of everything we have learned, we have that lactic acid is commonly used in food and chemical industry. Also, that it can be obtained of two simple ways. The first one is by fermentation of milk, and the second one is by biotechnology. Also, that it has not a bad environmental impact.